I can name many comedians that make me laugh harder than Dave Chappelle, but I love listening to Dave because of all the gems that he drops. All right, y'all. I promise. Next time you see me, I'm gonna have my head shaved. I know I look rough, but man, I've been lazy, y'all. So yeah, excuse me. Um, I had to get on here and talk about Dave Chappelle. So he just dropped a new special. So I saw it on my man Blacktastic Media's page that he dropped a new Netflix special. I said, well, damn, I didn't even hear about this. And it's funny when I get on Netflix, right? It's nowhere posted on there. Usually they have like the top trending, newly released. Unless I just missed it, unless I'm butt blind, I didn't see anything about this, man. So it's kind of on the hush for some reason. But Dave Chappelle has a new Netflix special, but dig this shit, y'all. I'm gonna tell you how bad this motherfucker is, okay? I'm about to tell you how bad Dave Chappelle is. This dude has a Netflix special, right, that he's getting paid for from a speech that he did at the Duke Ellington School that was naming the school after him. I don't know if that's a big deal to y'all, but yo, that's crazy to me. This dude he had an acceptance speech that was turned into a Netflix special, right? So if it's a Netflix special, that means it's a stand-up routine, it's a comedy routine. No, this dude is doing an acceptance speech and is getting paid for it. So I'm assuming the school paid him already, and he's getting paid by Netflix. Okay, so right now Chappelle is doing like this to everybody that said, cancel Dave Chappelle. He's transphobe. He's homophobe. He is one of the most uncancelable niggas right now on the planet. All right. And he just happens to be my damn color. Ain't that some shit? in a world right now where everybody's getting canceled of all colors, all across the spectrum, Dave Chappelle, a brother, is one of the most uncancelable people in the world. But understandably so, because what he said wasn't bad. He was doing a routine, and he was telling something that really happened in his life. You know what I mean? And people took that as, well, he's just spewing hate. He's just so homophobic. Man, you can't say shit now without somebody getting offended. All right, there's probably somebody right now got offended because I said I need to shave my head. What's wrong with someone having a bald head? I got a bald head when I shave it, so shut the fuck up. Let me live. So in this special, this is not gonna be a play-by-play here, but this special, right? He's simply just telling his life story. He's telling his life story, his history with the school, how he came up, and also what I find really fascinating is the fact that he is telling us his accomplishments. Right now, any other person, any other time, it would come across as being arrogant or pompous. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if Kevin Hart were to do that, you would say, man, Kevin Hart full of himself. Kevin Hart sucking his own dick. It doesn't come across that way. Chappelle is so cool where he doesn't even, okay, if you go back and look at his comedy from years ago, he was more physical with his comedy. He was more like, doing that shit. But now he just gets a mic and he talks and looks like Bokeem Woodbine. He can do a whole 2-hour set at this pace and still have the crowd eating out of his hand. Though he has a smoker's rasp now, I could still command an audience, a room, just talking like this. The most incredible thing I've ever seen. So he's letting you know I'm a once in a lifetime talent. My DVDs, the Chappelle Show, has sold more than any other DVD ever. Okay, he's listing off all of his accomplishments, and you can't get mad at the man because it's all true. Now, mind you, I can't say that Dave Chappelle is the funniest comedian I've ever seen because honestly, when I watch Dave Chappelle, I don't have those gut busting laughs like okay. I can name many comedians that make me laugh harder than Dave Chappelle, but I love listening to Dave because of all the gems that he drops. Dave drops a lot of gems. He says a lot of deep shit. Okay, kind of like Chris Rock, because Chris Rock is not funny to me, but Chris Rock drops a lot of gems. But I would prefer Dave over Chris Rock because Dave is more relatable. Chris is more a little awkward, and I can't talk like Chris Rock, but yeah, Chris Rock is a little like his voice sometimes is like nails on a chalkboard. It gets on your nerves after a while. But I can listen to Dave talk all day. Like, to me, one of my favorite bits of his is the Iceberg Slim bit that he did in his Netflix special from a few years ago. I forgot the name of it, but it was like a whole segment where he talked about the Iceberg Slim book and how he related it to what happened to him on his show. That was some of the most deepest shit ever that I heard. And as far as comedy goes, it was brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Because he made you laugh, made you think at the same time. So I appreciate Dave Chappelle's comedy. But now as far as gut-busting laughs, man, the last comedian that really made me laugh, oh man, I gotta say, well, I saw this person live in at the Improv, Bruce was funny. Cat Williams on top of his game. When Cat Williams was on top of his game, man, Cat Williams was almost untouchable, you know. But to me, the GOATs will always be Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor. You know what I mean? And yeah, you could say, well, Eddie hasn't done comedy in so many years, but that makes it even more fucking brilliant because this man made such an impact in the comedy world, stepped out at the height of his game, and years later, people still talking about it. And I don't think nobody even broke Raw's record yet. All right, but now I'm getting off topic. You're talking about Dave Chappelle. All I'm gonna say to y'all, cause I'm not gonna keep y'all long, y'all. But this special here, though you're not gonna be like, yo, that was the funniest shit I've ever seen. No, honestly, I just like chuckled a couple times. I just, okay, you know, I did that. But just listening to him and just realizing that this man is a genius. But I hope that we do get a special soon where he really stops, you know, because in a way, he kind of was sucking his own dick, okay? I know if that was Kevin Hart, you know, but yeah, he was kind of sucking his own dick, but I want to see a special where I laugh, I think, and I'm like, yo, this guy is a fucking, like, that word is being thrown around all over when it comes to Dave Chappelle, okay? So it's almost like everybody's on the same accord. The man's a genius, the man's brilliant, but yeah, come with a special next time, bro. That gets me laughing. But I get it. This was an acceptance speech. But like I said, that's how bad this man is. The fact that they took his acceptance speech and put it on Netflix and cut him a check for it. Chappelle, okay, you can name maybe 10 comedians that's funnier than Dave Chappelle, okay? But you have to admit, even over Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle is the baddest, coldest motherfucker in the game right now. Whether you wanted to admit it or not. Okay? And that's it. And that's all. So if you'll excuse me, I'm getting this cold out my eye, shave my head, and go about my day. If you like and dig this content, hit that like and subscribe notification bell in the corner. This is Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.